Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new Spain review on my channel. We are going to be reviewing the game Croatia 3, Spain 2. Thank God I'm doing this review the day after the matches actually end up passing on, because if I'd done it on the night of the game it would have been a mess. So I've had a little bit of time just to cool down and we're going to be trying to break down this crazy second half of football really. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this. Let's see how Spain have managed to blow an unbelievable lead in this UEFA Nations League group, and it now looks almost certain that we are not going to be going into the knockout stages of the competition, which is a real shame. Not nice to see us collapse like this. Poor character, if I'm being honest. And let's go ahead and see what's actually gone on in this specific game. So as usual, we're going to be running through the lineups to begin with, then we'll take a look at the match action, then just have a talk about how players played in general, guys. We'll have a look at how the group's looking now after this game has passed. We'll have a look at what everything to do with this game means for the future of the Spanish national team. So, of course, we're going to be starting off with the lineups. Croatia, when we beat them 6-0 in Elche, they had a much different setup, and I feel as if they had a much better side out with them today. I believe it was the same goalkeeper in goal, that it could have been a different one. But this time they had a few players back from injury. And if I'm being honest, they got their lineup right. They really did, unlike us, which I'll get into in a moment. But I'll read out Croatia's lineup. They had Kalinic in goal, Versalico, Lovren, Vida and Jedvaj at the back. They had Modric, Brozovic and Rakitic in midfield. I mean, look at the sound of that. And then Kramaric, Perisic and Rebic. So that's a very good team. It really is. Compared to the team they put up against us when they played us and lost to us 6-0, it is different. It really is, guys. And Croatia got it right this time. And I'll just move on to our lineup here, guys. And it's not just the lineup I want to talk about here. I also want to talk about the 23-man squad selection from Luis Enrique here. I believe it was actually a 24-man squad, but Brais Mendes, the man from Celta Vigo, who I don't know why was called up, wasn't even involved in the 23-man squad for this one. So, anyway, this is how things went. We ended up going with De Gea in goal. You know, that's just the way it is going to look like, guys, from now on. I don't know why, but Kepa and Pau aren't really going to get a sniff, let's be honest. So De Gea goes in goal. At right back, we have Sergio Roberto. I mean, I cannot believe this decision, guys. Not only was Luis Enrique there watching the Barca-Betis game, which Barca conceded 4 goals, largely down to Sergio Roberto. I know it's not all, of course, but, you know, he was at fault for a couple of the goals there. So Luis Enrique's watched that game at the Nou Camp and has thought, right, we'll stick him at right back over Azpilicueta, over Johnny, over anyone else who he could have picked out of the pool of Spanish players. That is shocking, really. Centre-backs, Ramos and Inigo Martinez. I didn't know, or no one really knew how we were going to set up here, whether we brought Hermoso in, Diego Llorente maybe. That's how it went, and I enjoyed it. I really like that centre-back partnership. Nice to see Jordi Alba back in the team. In midfield, you couldn't really ask for much more from the coach here. Yes, Saul hasn't been enjoying his time recently, but he's a great player. You kind of have to start him. Busquets is Busquets, and Dani Ceballos is the new man in this Spanish setup, who I am absolutely loving. He's looking at the future, guys. He really is. I remember a couple of years back, he won 2017 UEFA Under-21 Euro Player of the Year, or Player of the Tournament even. He was astonishing for Spain then, and he has had a great start to life under Luis Enrique here in the Spain national team officially. And then we move on to our front three here, and this may be the worst part of this. Rodrigo, Aspas and Isco. Now what I want to talk about this is how interesting it is when you're picking national team squads, when you're picking national team lineups, you have to be doing it on form, because this isn't a team that plays together a lot. There's not certain players that you think, right, we need him for this team to work. It's a little bit different to a normal club, and you've got to do it on form, guys. Yes, Morata is a little bit of a joke right now, but his form is really top, and as you guys can see if you watch the game, when he came on, he changed it. We had a focal point, we had someone to hit the ball long to, he brought it down, he got in goal scoring positions, he scored a goal that was then disallowed. He should have started this game. That is absolutely for certain. I don't know why he wasn't starting. The same can be said for Isco here. Why was he starting? He hasn't been playing under Solari. Solari doesn't like him. Ceballos himself even said he looks unfit, and you compare that to someone like Suso, who's been playing every minute of AC Milan season, scoring goals, getting assists, having top ratings on websites such as Who Scored, and he's not on the pitch. That's a shame for me, guys. Rodrigo's another one. Why is he starting? I wouldn't say he had a bad game yesterday, but then again, he's not been playing well for Valencia. He really hasn't been here. They've had to bring in the likes of Mina and Batshuayi to replace him. Morata should have been starting up front, basically, guys. There's a few things that Luis Enrique got completely wrong with his squad selection, or his 11-player selection. And I also would have said for this one, guys, why was Alcacer not in the squad? I get that he hadn't been playing a lot, but you just have to put him in, guys. Not only did he score 3 goals in his last 2 internationals under Luis Enrique, he's just a top player, guys. We need Alcacer in this squad. It's as simple as that. when he's on the form he's in right now, there's just no reason why he shouldn't have been in the squad. So yeah, I think those are the lineups gone through a lot of issues, not only with this 23-man squad selection, but then to go on and put this lineup out was a real shame. He started off well, Luis Enrique, but in the England game it was the same issue, guys. The poor lineup selections, the poor lineup choices, and we've ended up paying the price here. We look like we're going to be heading out, or we're not heading out, but we're not going to be going through, essentially. And yeah, let's move on to the match action and see what happened. So to start off, guys, Croatia were on the front foot. You know, as you'd expect, at home they wanted to come at us. We didn't enjoy enough of the ball, in my opinion. We weren't able to get it up to our front players quickly enough. Croatia looked comfortable. They were attacking Sergio Roberto early on, as you'd expect. They got a shot away. Perisic hit the post. They kept on coming into us. You know, not a lot really happened, I will say, in the first half. Isco had a chance in there. He should have been less selfish, as usual. He should have just slid the ball in. I don't know what he was playing at, if I'm being honest. Had a couple of other chances like that. You know, maybe our corners could have been better. But all in all, guys, to sum up, the first half was pretty boring. Croatia came at us. We did all right defensively, apart from Roberto, really. And yeah, maybe they were unlucky not to be 1-0 up. But I think 0-0 at the half was fair. Second half started. We looked like we had a little bit more of a spring in our step, but you know, we're silly with it. You know, we get an attack, we play backwards again. You know, it's moved along the line. Ramos gives it to Roberto. He tries a little chip over the player. It hits off, I don't know whose head. I think the left back, Jedvaj's head. And we'll get onto him later, Jesus Christ. But it hits off his head. It falls perfectly for Kramaric. And can I just say about David De Gea, for all young goalkeepers, don't do what De Gea just did here. He doesn't cover his near post. He doesn't make himself big. He doesn't do anything to put the striker off. He simply just goes there, slumps into a crab position, and the striker literally rolls it over his foot. It's embarrassing. You can't do that. You've got either watch your near post or come out big. He didn't do any of those. He cramped in. It's what he does for Spain. He stays in his goal line. He doesn't come out and make himself big, and they pay the price, guys. We end up conceding there. Kramaric with the goal. Now, what I will say I was pleased about is the character that we showed to get straight back into the game. And it was the first real Spain passage of the game, if I'm being honest. You know, nice couple of flicks around the corner. Aspas rolls it into Isco. He squares it, and then it's Ceballos, not Saul actually, getting into the box from late, which has been a theme of our midfielders under Luis Enrique. He gets in there, it's a lovely finish on his left foot, and if I'm being honest, we're right back in the game, and we've got the momentum, guys, and we went on from here. We had chances, we could have made it 2-1 here, guys. Isco was dribbling about, mucking about, really, like, just no end products from Isco again, guys. And we paid the price for having Isco in the attack, if I'm being honest. Iago Aspas, the same can be said for him. He misses an open goal. It's shocking. I don't know how it hasn't gone in. And then Croatia going on the other end, whipping across, and Jedvaj is unmarked to the back post. He heads it in. The left back comes out on a right wing spot and bundles one over the goal line. And all of our good work is undone yet again. So we have to go again. We play more attacking. We leave gaps at the back. Rebic gets in. I'll give credit to De Gea for what was a top save to deny Rebic. We keep on pushing forward. Morata has a header blocked off the line. Sergio Roberto should have scored, if I'm being honest. The shot was too high and central at the goalkeeper. And then the penalty came. Ball got whipped in. Maybe by Suso, guys. It was Alba coming around the back, but Versalico clearly uses his hand, not once but twice. Correct decision by the referee, which is something, a really collector's item on the night, because he was shocking, in my opinion. We'll get onto that later, but yeah, it's bad from Versalico. It is a penalty. Ramos steps up. He buries it. He gets the ball. We take it out to the halfway, and I'm looking for the 3 points that we know will secure us into the next round. We come forward a bit, guys. A few chances here and there. Asensio gets in, who came off the bench, I believe, for Rodrigo, maybe, or Iago Aspas. I think he came on for Rodrigo, and he absolutely blazes his shot, which is a bit of a shame. You know, Croatia were coming around here and there. Not too much happened. I think both sides probably accepted the result was going to be a draw in the end, but Croatia, just as we thought we'd got the draw, had other ideas. What was it? A ball comes over. You're thinking the attack's died down. It looked like the ball was out of play, but with that referee, we knew it wasn't going to be given, so we just play on. Perisic, he dribbles past a few. He gives it to, who is it? Bekalo came off the bench. Brekalo, that's the guy, the youngster from Wolfsburg, I believe. He hits it. De Gea palms it straight into the path of Jedvaj, and he taps it in the 93rd minute. It's a horror show from the Spanish national team. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a really, really weird game, and it's just one that we've come out with, and we've lost. And it's just painful, guys. It really is. If you're a fan of the Spanish national team, we have just been going on a downward spiral ever since 2012, really, let's be honest. That was our last golden year. Maybe 2013 Confederations Cup, but we lost that final 3-0 to Brazil, and then people could see from then onwards that there were going to be cracks. We looked sloppy in the World Cup 2014, shocking in fact. Euro 2016, there's a little burst of life in there, you know, the last minute win against the Czech Republic, the 3-0 win against Turkey, and then it's brought straight back down to reality, going out to Italy, losing to Croatia in the group stages. We build up some momentum for the 2018 World Cup, and our manager gets sacked the day before. He elects to sign for Real Madrid, a Spanish team, and then we end up having an absolute slump in the World Cup. Luis Enrique comes in, we're looking positive, we're looking bright, we get a win against England, World Cup semi-finalists, we then beat Croatia, also a World Cup finalist, by 6 goals to 0, and then we've come over here, guys, and we've just put all of the good work that we've mounted with Luis Enrique to absolute bed. It's an absolute shocking disgrace of what I've seen here, guys. And we've just completely capitulated in the last 2 games, if I'm being honest. The England game, what were we doing in that first half? What were we doing? We've conceded 3 goals in both games to England and Croatia, and it is just looking so negative for the national team right now, guys. We need to bring in a new life of players. Have a look at what England are doing. They're bringing in players who are on form. They're bringing in players who are young for the future. Their squad is so young right now. You know, Jadon Sancho. Spain have got players just like that. Believe me, guys, jotted around La Liga, there are players like that who have been having great seasons, but they're not going to get in ahead of the likes of Iago Aspas, Isco, these stupid players who haven't even been doing anything for their clubs, and they never ever do anything for their nation. Isco, fair enough, had a good spell under Lopetegui, but he hasn't been playing this month. That's as simple as that, and you can't be playing someone when it's like that. I think Isco's a great player, but when he hasn't been playing for his club, you can't just put him in of a game of this magnitude. You can't. I don't know how Enrique hasn't seen that. I don't know what's gone on there, but there you go, guys. That is how the game ends up going. Yeah, I'm sorry if it was a little bit ranty, but Croatia have got a win here. The group now follows as this. Spain have played 4 games. We're on 6 points. We've got a goal difference of 5, although goal difference is now irrelevant. England have got 4 points after 3 games, and Croatia have got 4 points after 3 games as well. So what this means, basically, guys, is that if England beat Croatia at Wembley, England go through and will come second. Croatia will be relegated. If Croatia beat England at Wembley, we will go second, and Croatia will go through and England will be relegated. And if it's a draw, then Spain are going to be going through. So that is how crazy it is right now. But in all honesty, guys, the Croatia-England game, in my opinion, just cannot end as a draw because both teams want to win. If it's, say, 1-0 or 0-0 in the 80th minute, there will be a goal from either team, in my opinion, because they need to win. There's no point of both teams settling for a draw. So there you go. I cannot see that game ending as a draw. If it does, I'll be amazed. I'll be so happy because we'll be through. But you know what? Maybe it's best that we're out, because if we're going to be coming up against who? France, Belgium, you know, the likes of Hazard and Mbappe, we're going to get absolutely torn to shreds. Let's all be honest with ourselves here. So it's probably best just to keep ourselves in this Group A thing and then just settle at that, because we don't really deserve to be going any further if we're going to be playing like that, if we're going to be leaking goals like that, if we're going to be selecting lineups like that, then what is even the point? And yeah, it was a shocking performance last night, in my opinion. We didn't do what Spain usually do. We just played it from side to side. There was no inventive passing, no attacking football really, until maybe Morata came on and we started to play a little bit more with an actual striker instead of having Iago Aspas, who didn't do anything against the centre-backs all night, and when he got his chance, missed an open goal and then was replaced about 4 minutes later. That is essentially the story of the day. It was a horror show. It wasn't enjoyable at all. And basically, guys, we've gone from winning our opening 2 games and looking almost certain to go through from literally now hanging on by a thread. And let's be honest, guys, we're probably not going to be making it through here. It's as simple as that. And it is a real shame. So there you go, guys. That's where the video is going to have to come to an end. I'll be doing a review on Monday afternoon or Monday evening, I believe, after the Spain versus Bosnia game. That's going to be a friendly. We just need a bit more confidence in that one. You know, there's going to be a load of different players playing in that one. I'm interested to see what happens. You know, hopefully we get to see the likes of Suso and Rodri and all of those players who deserve starting spots and who haven't been getting them. Hopefully we get to see them. That'll be really great. And yeah, for now, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very soon. Goodbye.